There is a call for Kamala Harris to become the nation's first female president, even though she lost the presidential race to Donald Trump last week. Former Harris Communications Director, you see there, Jamal Simmons, called for President Biden to step down in a CNN interview. He says if Harris holds the presidential title, there would be less stress on the next woman who runs for president.
In the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States. It would make it easier for the next woman who runs for president to not have to worry about all the historical, weight of being the first.
Representative Nancy Pelosi has also said President Biden should have stepped out of the race sooner so that Vice President Harris would have more time to campaign. Tonight, the White House says there are no plans for a transition process with Vice President Harris. Joining us to talk about it, pastor and journalist Dr. Ruth Allen Olson, and Lewis Hunter is back here with us again. So, Dr. Olson, you called me about this. I didn't know this movement was going on. And I said, are you serious?
You did say that.
Yeah.
I was the first one to think of it.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of fact, I talked to some more people about it. And people are saying, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Well, why can't it happen? And it really should happen. It's an easy thing to do. There's not that much going on in the next 2 months, which has to do with transition, and she can handle that transition. She's actually said she's going to help with that transition. Meanwhile, Mr. Biden promised to be a transitional president. This will help him to fulfill that promise, rather than having jumped into the race and stayed in there until 180 days, only giving her 180 days to run for election. And so a lot can happen. It would honor women in the country. It would be a faithful thing to do. And I think there are two people who can make this happen. That's President Biden and Dr. Jill Biden. And so since people, particularly women and African-American people of color, came out for Mr. Biden at the behest of Jim Clyburn, remember? That was the big push. That was the big push. And so this would just be a gift.
And let me ask you this, Dr. Olson. Women have always been the backbone of every society, the community. Don't they want to earn it?
You're going to make me cuss. Because we have earned it. Because we have earned it. You are
when
exactly
I say
right.
The presidential
No. We have earned it.
Okay.
We have earned that and
I take it back
more. And so that's a little thing. 2 months as president.
When I say earn it, I mean in an election.
I know what you mean. And she can come back and earn it again. But
wait, let me give it to Lewis so he can
you
get
better
me
give
out
it
of
to
this.
Lewis, because
I'm out of the way about this. I see the benefit, right? I see the benefits. It would kind of knock out the first tag, right? Which to a degree I got a problem with, because I think that there's a presumption whenever someone says the first black, as if it's because there was no other black person prior to that could. So I'm kind of in the middle with that. But, I can see the benefits. You would get that out of the way. You could sell it as a dream, the whole bit. But I do understand, your point about earning it, because it's like making the ugly girl the prom queen, or if you're in the 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Seriously, I don't think she would take it.
But what about ugly guys?
We're talking about a woman right now. That's the only reason I said it like that.
See, that's my point.
Right.
That's my point. Is she deserves it, and the women of America deserve it.
But it's kind of, it could be perceived. I'm just saying. I'm playing devil's advocate.
We don't care how it's perceived.
It could
We're
be perceived.
done with all of that.
Do you think that Kamala would want that? Is what I'm saying. It's almost like bringing a fourth.
It's not a matter of.
If you're in the fourth quarter of a game, 2 minutes left, you're leading by 50, and you bring the fourth-string quarterback in, to kind of wrap the game up. It doesn't make that quarterback feel any better of a quarterback.
It's not a matter of feeling. It's a matter of honor.
It's symbolic.
It's a matter of honor. Okay. And it would honor her, and it will also honor the women of America. And the women of America need to be honored at this time. As a matter of fact,
I agree with you.
it would get.
I'm not going to argue with her.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with her.
I wouldn't. You sitting too close.
Yes, ma'am.
You sitting
The
a little
look
bit
she
too close.
gives us
I know,
is
right?
terrifying.
No,
I get it.
but you know what? There have been prophecies.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so we'll talk about it from this standpoint. There have been prophecies that said she would be the next president. And so I've been listening to the prophecies. They didn't say she would be as a result of the election. They said she would be the next president. So this is still possible. This is, I'm going to say it, I'll go on record.
But how
It's not over.
likely is Joe Biden to entertain this idea?
Why wouldn't he entertain the idea? What is the difference between him sitting down with the president-elect on Wednesday and talking about what, as opposed to him sitting down with her and honoring her and the women of America for 2 months? What is the difference?
Now, do you think that can make it harder for the next woman?
No,
In
no,
a way, you don't think so?
No.
Okay,
Not
so
at
it'd be
all.
purely symbolic.
No, it's not purely symbolic. She may have some things that she can get done or wants to get done. You know how women are. We make something out of nothing. It doesn't take us a long time to get things done.
All right, we got to wrap up with Dr. Ruth
Oh, yeah.
and her final word. Her final word.